ERi-TV news broadcast crew and I, Delayed Sahaya, are now ready for your daily news briefing at 10:30 local time. First, let us catch up with the major headlines. International Diabetes Day commemorated nationally in Mendefera. Ministry of Health in Southern Red Sea region conducted discussion on malaria prevention. Over 25 million people faced acute hunger in Democratic Republic of Congo. And US sanctions, 32 figures increase alleged links to Iran missiles. Proceeding with our reports. International Diabetes Day was commemorated at a national level in the city of Mendefera on 14th November under the theme Diabetes and Wellbeing at Work. Speaking at the event that featured public and student participation, as well as awareness-raising and artistic programs, Dr. Gaitom Mabrahtu, chairman of the National Association of Diabetes Patients, said that adopting a balanced diet and engaged in regular activities are crucial in preventing non-communicable diseases, particularly diabetes. Noting that over 500 million people worldwide are currently living with diabetes, including about 100,000 in Eritrea, Dr. Gaitom indicated that unhealthy eating habits and lack of physical activities remain the primary cause of increased prevalence of the disease. Dr. Emmanuel Mehretab, head of the Ministry of Health branch in the southern region, stated that 72% of deaths in the region are caused by non-communicable diseases such as diabetes and high blood pressure. He further noted that diabetes is a dangerous condition that gradually damages vital organs and called for strengthening awareness and preventive efforts. Mr. Waldai Gabre, chairman of the Southern Region Council, and Ms. Ameta Nguse, secretary of PFDJ, underlined the significant role of continuous public education in preventing the disease and its complication. They called for reinforced and organized campaigns to enhance public awareness. Finally, Mr. Al-Ab Tesfasilase, Director General of Social Services Department, said that diabetes is not only the health concern, but also a factor that negatively affects citizens' productivity. He affirmed that the regional administration will contribute to efforts aimed at behavioral change and the elimination of harmful habits that expose individuals to the disease. The branch office of the Ministry of Health in the Southern Red Sea region, conducted a discussion on malaria and waterborne diseases prevention on 12th and 13th November in the city of Asab. The head of the branch office, Dr. Ali Hallo, gave briefings on the objective of the campaign being conducted across all the subzones and administration areas, noting that it aims to raise public awareness on non-communicable diseases in general and malaria and waterborne diseases associated with the rainy season in particular. Dr. Ali underscored that the importance of proper use of mosquito nets, community-led environmental sanitation activities, and adhere to the professional guidance provided by health workers. Environmental health expert Mr. Daniel Gabrihuet explained that intensification of the rainy season has created favorable condition for mosquito breeding and called on the public to cover open containers, wells, and sterns and consistently use mosquito nets. Participants of the discussion on their part commended the continuous effort and educational programs to enhance the public awareness and the expansion of latrine use and the provision of training to the village along the border areas. Administration of Southern Region Ambassador Mohammed Said Mantai stated that health security is a prior and called for timely intervention in areas where cross-border malaria has been observed. Straight ahead is our international news after the short break. Welcome back. More than a fifth of the Democratic Republic of Congo's population, nearly 25 million people, are experiencing severe acute food insecurity, UN spokesperson Stephanie Dujarric said on Wednesday. Escalating violence in the east and the large-scale displacement are driving the crisis. Fighting between M23 rebels and government forces has intensified since January. The rebels have captured key towns and supply routes near Goma, the capital of North Kivu province, and Bukavu, the capital of South Kivu, reported leaving thousands dead. M23 is one of the more than 100 armed groups active in Eastern Democratic Congo, according to Human Rights Watch. The UN spokesperson noted that communities in North Kivu are among the worst affected. More than 1,000 civilians have been killed since the start of the year, and at least 400,000 people have been displaced in Beni and Lubero territories alone. Assaults by armed groups are disrupting agricultural activities and blocking trade routes, further destabilizing local markets and deepening food shortage. The spokesperson also warned that the conflict has severely damaged the health system. 6 medical facilities have been attacked since January 2025, and at least 28 have been hit since early 2024. More than half are now non-functional, leaving over 150,000 people without essential care. He further highlighted that insecurity and explosive remnants of the war are hindering humanitarian operation, with aid agencies warning that they cannot reach most need unless access improves. According to the latest integrated food security phase classification analysis, the number of people facing acute food insecurity is projected to rise to 27 million in the first half of 2026, with several areas approaching IPC Phase 4 characterized by severe food shortage and high acute malnutrition. On our last report, the United States has imposed sanctions on 32 entities and individuals in different countries are allegedly supporting Iran peaceful missile and drone programs. In a press statement released on Wednesday, the U.S. State Department said those designated are based in Iran, China, Hong Kong, in the United Arab Emirates, Turkey, India, and other jurisdictions, claiming that they operate multiple procurement networks supporting Iran's ballistic missile and unmanned aerial vehicle production. The new sanctions are furtherance of the U.S. President Donald Trump's second national security presidential memorandum enacting on so-called maximum pressure campaign against Iran, it said. It further claimed that the restrictive measures back a recent move by the European countries to restore UN Security Council sanctions against Iran previously lifted under the U.S. abandoned 2015 nuclear deal. It also reiterated the U.S. policy to use all available means to disrupt and counter Iran's missile and drone programs. Meanwhile, the U.S. Treasury Department alleged that those blacklisted pose threats to U.S. and allied personnel in the Middle East and the commercial shipping in Red Sea. The U.S. move comes as Iranian officials said the country has grown immune to illegal U.S. sanctions and increased oil sales in fund and infrastructure projects. Iran has also developed its home-ground defense and military capabilities to thwart malicious plots by its enemies. Last week, tanker trackers and leading energy analysis firms reported that Iran oil exports reached a record of 2.3 million barrels per day in October, the highest level in 7 years for its sanctions hit the country. Dear viewers, we've come to the end of tonight's news. Let's have a quick recap of the headlines. International Diabetes Day commemorated nationally in Mendefera. Ministry of Health in Southern Red Sea region conducted discussion on malaria prevention. Over 25 million people faced acute hunger in Democratic Republic of Congo. And U.S. sanctions 32 figure entities in alleged tanks and Iran missiles. And that wraps up our stories for tonight. Thanks for watching and have a good night.